Was KSI robbed against Tommy Fury? Was KSI just unlucky to lose a close fight? Or does KSI absolutely suck at boxing? The last statement might be true, but so does Tommy Fury. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and we're going to have a look here at the KSI Tommy Fury fight. We're going to break it down round by round. We're going to look at the fight stats, we're going to look at the judges' scorecards, and we're going to look at the numbers through rounds 1 to 6. We're going to determine not only did KSI deserve to win this fight, but was KSI actually robbed in this fight? Now, the word robbery does get thrown around a lot these days in boxing. I would honestly say there's been not many robberies in the entire history of boxing. There's been some bad decisions, but to name something a robbery means that you almost have to cheat in order to give the other guy the victory. Was KSI cheated tonight? That is what we are going to determine. But before we get into the round by round stuff, just want to point out a few things. Some people clearly don't really know what they are talking about. They don't understand how boxing works. They don't understand how rounds are scored. You have to win more rounds. If you win more rounds than your opponent, you win. It doesn't necessarily matter how many punches you throw over the entire fight. So first of all, with the fight stats here, Tommy threw and connected with more punches, but that doesn't mean he won. And KSI was more accurate with his punches, and that doesn't mean that he won. For example, you could outland your opponent by 100 punches, but if all those punches come in round 1, then that doesn't balance over the fight. Who cares if you land over 100 punches more than your opponent in round 1? If your opponent went on and outlanded you in every other round. So these fight stats, they suggest who might have won the fight, but they don't represent what happened round by round. But looking at these fight stats, what we can see straight off the bat is that it was a close fight. Tommy threw more punches, KSI was more accurate, but the punches landed were damn near identical. Tommy Fury landed just one more shot than KSI. What I would say though is, Tommy Fury is the professional boxer, and I think the fact that he was 6% less accurate than KSI is kind of embarrassing. I think you would expect these numbers to be the other way about. You would expect KSI to throw more punches. You would expect KSI to be not as accurate as Tommy Fury, but that wasn't the case here. Tommy Fury was the one throwing all the punches and barely connecting with any of them. But the fight stats from the off suggest that this was close. Also, KSI's trainer said after the fight, and I think he also said during the fight to KSI, after round 3, he said that they were 3-1 up because they won the first 2 rounds. Tommy Fury won the 3rd round, and KSI had an extra round because of the point deduction. That is clearly not how boxing works. Just because someone gets deducted a point, your opponent doesn't automatically win an extra round. And the amount of people that do not understand that is fucking mind-boggling. Yes, you do not get an extra round out of nowhere just because your opponent lost a point. All that happens in that situation is that your opponent lost a point for that round. So, for example, if you win the round and your opponent got a point taken off him, you win 10-8. But if you lost that round and your opponent got a point taken off him, then it's a 9-9 round. Your opponent getting a point taken away does not give you an extra round. It doesn't mean you win the round. It simply means whatever points they got for that round, they get 1 point taken off. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple, yet for some reason, the amount of people can't grasp this. I want to know, how can KSI go into a professional boxing fight with a trainer that doesn't know the fucking rules? That is crazy. Now, I wouldn't even be surprised if KSI doesn't know the rules, because he does seem a little bit out there, but you would think the person training him would know how it works, and in this case, he did not. So that's a couple of things that bothered me. Just the amount of punches thrown overall doesn't mean somebody won the fight or lost the fight, and just because you get a point taken off doesn't mean you lost the round or your opponent gets an extra round. That's crazy talk, right? let's break it down now. We're going to go through round by round. We're going to start in round 1, go through to round 6. We're going to compare the punch stats. We're going to see if the judges have the same thing, and we'll determine or not who actually won this fight. So let's look at round 1. KSI threw 27 punches and he landed 11. Fury threw 24 and he landed 7. So KSI threw more punches than Fury. He landed at a much better rate than Fury. And out of KSI's punches, every single one he landed was a power punch. Fury only landed 4 power punches, and 3 of his 7 punches landed were jabs. I think it's quite clear to see that KSI won round 1. You can't dispute that. KSI 100% won round 1. And if we look at all the judges, they agree. Every judge gave KSI round 1. So that's fair. No cheating in round 1. Round 1 is fair. Let's move on to round 2. KSI, 7 punches landed. Fury, 4 punches landed. Now, Fury, 19%. So again, even lower percentage rate landed than in round 1. KSI, 29.2%. So again, KSI landing more punches than Fury and landing at a much better connection rate. Again, I mean, Fury landed 3 power punches, 7 power punches for KSI. You will always favour a power punch over a jab, 100%. Round 2, to me, is pretty obvious. KSI won round 2. It's not even debatable. It's not. He landed more punches, he landed at a much more accurate rate, and they were power punches. For me, KSI it's similar. It's really similar to round 1. He's won this. Plus, keep in mind, round 2 was the round where Fury got a point deduction. Let's look now at the judges' scorecards. Now, we can see the judge on the right. I'm just going to call them 1, 2, 3, by the way. So, Judge 1 will be the left, Judge 2 will be the middle, and Judge 3 will be on the right. So, Judge 3 also gave this round to KSI. Fair play. However, the other 2 judges gave it to Tommy Fury. So they have it 9-9 because of the point deduction. And for me, that's a joke. I think both of those judges are wrong here. Judge 1 and Judge 2. They've got this round wrong. It should be KSI's round. KSI, on all 3 scorecards, should be winning this fight 20-17. Because he's won both rounds by 10-9. And Tommy Fury had a point deduction. So, on all 3 cards, it should be 20-17. Keep that in mind. KSI should have a 3-point lead at this stage of the fight. Moving into round 3, KSI. It was his lowest landing round of the fight. 5 punches landed. Tommy landed 8. And you can see the accuracy this time improved a lot more from Tommy. He pretty much landed almost an identical percentage rate to KSI. KSI threw no jabs in this round. Tommy landed 2 jabs out of 6. And the power punches were really equal as well. Fury landing 1 more. I would give round 3 to Tommy Fury. I also thought, when I watched the fight first time around, I thought round 3 was the most convincing Tommy Fury look. So, I'll give round 3 to Tommy Fury. And if you look at the judges, every judge gave Tommy Fury round 3. So, there you go. Unanimous. Round 3. Tommy Fury won it. Therefore, the score should be 29-27. 29-27 KSI. That is the score after 3. Moving into round 4. KSI only landed 3 punches. Not great from him. Fury landed 7. Again, it's not great for Fury. It's a poor connection rate as well. But I think we can all see that Fury was the better here. I mean, he landed more jabs, landed more power punches, landed at a better accurate rate. It wasn't a great round for Fury, but it was better than what KSI done. So I'll give Fury this round again. I don't think you can give it to KSI. So it's a Fury round, and all the judges gave this round to Fury. So after 4 rounds, the scoreline should be, in my opinion, I've seen nothing to suggest otherwise. Every judge should have it 38 KSI, 37 Tommy Fury. It's 2 rounds each, but KSI has the advantage because Tommy Fury lost a point. So let's go in to round 5 now. Okay, KSI landed 8 punches, Tommy Fury landed 7 punches. KSI landed at a better connection rate. KSI landed 1 jab to Tommy's 2, but in the power punches, KSI landed 7 to Tommy's 5. It's a close round. I can't deny that. It is close. And maybe you preferred something Tommy Fury done. Maybe you liked one of his shots. Maybe you liked the head movement. Maybe you liked something that you thought gave him the edge in this round. However, based purely on the punch stats in this round, I would have to give it to KSI. I would favour KSI here because he did land more. He landed more power punches. He landed more accurately. I would give the edge. But if you wanted to give this a 10-10 round, which you can do. If you think there was nothing in between it, you can give this a 10-10 round. However, based on the stats, I don't think Tommy Fury won this round. If you want to give it 10-10, absolutely fine. But I don't think Tommy Fury won this round. And if we look at the judges, Judge 2 gave it to KSI, and Judges 1 and 3 gave it to Tommy Fury. So, at this point, the judges, I believe, the middle judge has it tied, and the second judge, the first and third judge have it Tommy Fury 1-0 up, I believe, yeah. So they've got Fury 1-0 up. So I think at this point, I do believe that was a KSI round. You could give it 10-10. So I had it going into round 5. I had it 38-37. If you want to have it after this 48-47, that's fair. If you want to give KSI the round and you've got it 48-46, that's also fair, but I don't think Tommy Fury won this round at all. And then if we move into the last round, round 6, KSI threw 4 punches, Tommy Fury threw 6 punches. Accuracy rate of game was better for KSI. Tommy did land more, but I thought KSI landed the better punch out of every shot. The overhand right for me looked better than anything Tommy done. I mean, I can see why you would give this round to Tommy, but keep in mind, here's the important thing you need to keep in mind. You can argue that Tommy won this round because he threw 2 more punches and he landed 2 more punches or whatnot. Then he landed 2 more punches than KSI. But people are giving Tommy Fury round 5 and he landed a punch less than KSI, so we need to be fair here. Just because you landed like 1 or 2 punches doesn't necessarily mean you won the round. But in round 6, I thought KSI landed the better shot. So again, I think it was a tie. I think it was a tie. If you want to give it to Fury, fair enough. If you want to give it to KSI because he landed the better shot, fair enough. But personally, I think it could have been a tie. But if you look at it then, if you give 10-10, it would give KSI a total of 58, Tommy Fury 56. So I'm just not seeing where Tommy Fury won this fight. For Tommy Fury to win this fight, he needed to win the last 4 rounds. And I don't think he done that. In the last 4 rounds, if you gave Tommy Fury all 4, then he wins the fight. If you give Tommy Fury 3 of them, and one of them was a 10-10 draw, then the fight is a draw. If you give Tommy Fury 3 of the last rounds and give KSI 1 of the last rounds, then KSI gets the win. I don't think KSI won round 3 or 4, but I think you can certainly make a case, based on the numbers and based on the good shot that KSI landed in round 6, that he at least done enough to win one of the last 2 rounds. I'm not too sure KSI lost this fight. Based on that, I'm giving KSI round 1, I'm giving him round 2. The stats would suggest that he won round 5, and I thought he landed the best punch in round 6. But if you want to give them ties, that's fair enough. What I will say is though, Tommy Fury, after round 2, he needed to win the last 4 rounds 10-9 in order to be the victor. And I don't think he done it. I do not think he done it. Just look at the stats. I don't think he done enough. Round 5 would suggest that KSI won that. Better percentage of connection, more punches landed, and then round 6, last round, KSI landed that big overhead power punch, so the overhand right. So for me, yeah, is it a robbery in the sense that KSI dominated all 6 rounds and he got beat? No. It's not a robbery in that sense, but can you make a very good case that KSI didn't lose this? Absolutely, of course you can. I've made that case. Just looking at the round by round here, I don't think KSI lost the last 4 rounds, so therefore he didn't lose the fight. That's my opinion. I think most people that are being I just think people that don't know boxing and don't like KSI are saying that Tommy Fury deservedly won this. He didn't. To deservedly win this, he needed to win the last 4 rounds. He didn't win the last 4 rounds. 5 and 6, I'm struggling to give Tommy 5 or 6. I mean, I think you could give it ties. I don't think there was not enough in it. I think you could say it was a tie, to be fair. I would give Fury 3 and 4. I think Fury done enough in 3 and 4. That's my opinion. Some people might disagree. I think Tommy Fury won 3 and 4, just like I think KSI won round 1 and 2. But for me, 5 and 6 are toss-ups. But if I had to edge them either way, I would actually give them both to KSI. I would give both 5 and 6 to KSI if I had to. Overall, I'd probably say there were ties, but if I had to nudge one way, I would go KSI. And therefore, for me, KSI should be winning this by about a point or 2. I think KSI won this fight by a point or 2. So yeah, that's my opinion, guys. I'm not going to change that. I do think KSI was unlucky here not to win this fight. I'm not quite sure what the judges were seeing. I am a bit surprised that... Also, I think what would worry me is that only one judge gave KSI round 2, and that's bullshit, because KSI should have won round 2. And if these judges gave KSI round 2, then KSI wins the fight. So these judges have messed it up, because they should have gave KSI the win. This judge gave KSI round 5, and this judge gave KSI round 6. And KSI, for me, clearly won round 2, but neither judge 1 or 2 gave KSI the second round. So therefore, these scorecards are wrong. I do think KSI won this fight. I think KSI won this. I'd like someone to prove me wrong. I'd like someone to tell me why he didn't. Tell me what. Someone just tell me. And you know how you know it's close? Exactly what I said about how round 5 and 6 could have went either way. I mean, this is proof. Judge 1 gave round 6 to KSI, and Judge 2 gave round 5 to KSI. So both of those judges believed that KSI done enough to win those rounds. And so did I. And then you factor in that he did win round 2. Both of these judges got that wrong. KSI did win the second round. They've got it. This is a mistake. They have got it wrong. I'm not saying they've robbed him intentionally, because, and it's a shorter fight. So getting a round wrong in 6-round boxing can be a disaster. If it's a 12-round fight and maybe you score a round wrong, then it's less likely to have an outcome, an impact on the outcome, because there's more rounds to like counteract it, you know. But here, a 6-round fight, it's crucial that the judges get the rounds correct, and they just didn't do it, because KSI won round 2. That's it, guys. That's my opinion. I'm not going to change it. I'm not a big KSI fan. Don't even like KSI, but I don't think he lost this fight. I don't think he lost the fight. If Tommy Fury got a draw, I would have said Tommy Fury was lucky to get a draw. I don't think Tommy Fury done enough to win. For Fury to win, he had to win the last 4 rounds, and he didn't do that. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. And it's just strange that the guy that did get it right after the first 2 rounds, the judge that got it right after 2 rounds, then went on to give the last 4 rounds to Tommy Fury. It's crazy how the judges just got it wrong here. I just don't get that. These 2 fucked up by not giving... 1 and 2 fucked up by not giving KSI round 2. And then the last judge fucked up by giving Tommy Fury both 5 and 6. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, that's it. Was KSI robbed? I think the term robbery is... I don't think we can use that for KSI. I think he got the wrong decision. I think KSI won the fight. I just don't know if I'd call it a robbery. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down below. Catch you in the next one. Beanfog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. And peace.